We have made the plunge into Legacy. What you see in front of you is Legacy Esper Deathblade, and this is the deck that I've chosen to play. It's not 100% finished. There's definitely some cards I need to swap out and pick up. Second J, some sideboard cards. Mana base might need some tweaking, but nonetheless, I made the decision to get into Legacy. I also made the decision to compete in next year's Grand Prix, so I'll at least be doing Vegas. I'll be doing Seattle, and I made a little list. It's on the wall. It's my to-do list as far as getting Legacy going. Obviously, set my goals, pick a deck, um, figure out what my good, bad matchups are, things like that. Historically, I changed my decks a lot, and I already know some of the changes are going to happen here. But I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of timestamp the first day I played for the first time last night, and I went 2-1. I beat the first round against Maverick, lost the second round to another Deathblade build, and then I won the third round against Miracles. And this was my first time playing Legacy. Played against some good players, some experienced players, and I didn't get completely rolled, so that's a good sign. I mean, I'm an experienced player, but not like these guys, especially for the format and the deck. It was kind of, I was shooting from the hip, and I think, luck could have had a part to do with it, but very excited. I had a lot of fun. So I'll quickly just show what I have here. Yeah, you might find this interesting, but I know I'll certainly want to look back at it as the deck evolves between right now and when I finally make it to the first Legacy GP. This could be totally different, so it might be interesting for me to look back. So to start, what we have here is 4 Deathrite, 4 Stoneforge, 2 Snapcaster, 2 Baleful Strix. Strix is probably the first card that's going to go. It is by far my favorite Magic art, Niels Ham art, or Ham, however you want to pronounce it. It just looks so cool. I'm total pet card, but honestly, it's probably going to change for some other things. 2 True Name. I think I want to go to 3. Lingering Souls. Not every build does this. I met some other, actually, another Esper Deathblade player. He's been playing the deck for about a year and a half, he said, and he just talked my head off about how Lingering Souls belongs in this deck. And I love that card in Modern. I've used it in the past with Abzon. So it didn't take much convincing. So I tried it out, and so far so good. We'll see how it holds up over time. 1 J, so that'll go to 2 once I get the other one. As far as equipment, 1 Battle Skull, 1 GT, and then I have a Sword of Fire and Ice on the sideboard. And for spell base, we have 4 Brainstorm, 2 Ponder Split, discard 2 Thought Seize, 2 Collective Brutality. And I've seen kind of a divide in my limited time researching these decks on Collective Brutality. Some players are all in on this card, playing 3 or 4 copies, and some don't play any and they play Fatal Push. I think this card is definitely better than Fatal Push in this format, just because you do have the Duress mode. Seems very relevant with all the combo decks and stuff. So I might go up to a 3rd copy. This card did win me 1 game for the drain mode last night, and also it was also just very useful overall. Like all 3 modes, I actually had to escalate it twice, getting rid of a creature and then also pulling a card out of their hand. So big fan. I think that's going to be a win. 4 swords, and then as far as counter magic, we have 4 Force of Will, 2 Spell Pierce. Oh, my dogs are freaking out. Oh, I think Amazon's here dropping stuff off. Ugh. Every day with Amazon, I swear. Okay, and then mana base. We'll start fetches, 4 deltas, 4 Flooded Strand, 1 Marsh Flat. The duels. We have 2 Underground, Seas, a Scrubland, 1 Trop, 2 Tundra. I have 1 of each basic land, and then for utility lands, I have a Crocus and 2 Wasteland. I'm not sold on the Crocus. That'll probably turn into a 3rd Underground Sea when I have the money for it, or just another basic island. I don't really think the Crocus is necessary. I just had it, so I threw it in. Sideboard, definitely some changes are going to happen here. I'll show you what I have. I mean, I at least want to show up with 15 cards. Some of them are kind of stupid, but some are also very good. So 2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Canonist, those are likely to stay. A Liliana of the Veil, not going to stay. Containment Priest, Sword of Fire and Ice, 2 Meddling Mage, a Pithing Needle, 2 Fatal Push for aggro, 2 Zealous Persecution, and a Supreme Verdict. The Verdict's probably going to go start with 2 Zealous Persecution also. It might just be 1. We'll see as time goes on. Definitely want to add in Mind Break Trap or Flusterstorm or some type of hedge against combo like Storm matchups. And I've seen some lists like use Rest in Peace in the sideboard and things like that. I don't know. We'll see how important that is. I'll start with 2 Surgical. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a novice when it comes to this format to be making like informed sideboarding choices. So I'm kind of just copying what I see other people have, and then I'll go from there. So that's basically it. So this is the very beginning of me playing Legacy, very beginning of me playing this deck, and I hope to kind of film my journey between right now and when I actually play my first Legacy Grand Prix, and hopefully make a day 2. I have a decent amount of time. I have like 6 months to prepare and to finalize the deck list, learn the meta game a little bit, and hopefully not suck. Easier said than done. That's all for today. Hopefully, if there's any changes, I'll be able to post some more content, and hope you enjoy it. Take care.